Wide awake on a second-hand futon, old that bag leaning by the back door. They say a good swing's worth the wait, and I'm trying to believe a little more. Late night buzzers, a low hum in my chest. Maybe all these ballpark lights just mean I'm not there yet. Well, I'm not there yet. Run the bases, keep on chasing. Hearts are racing, feet keep pacing. Round in circles, all the same. Run the bases, call my name. Hey, hey, hey. Downtown flickers, boots on the blacktop. Under that moon, I count out my scars. Crowd cheers ringing in a faded highlight. Wish I could turn these bruises into stars. One more inning, I stand alone. Heavy's the glove, but they say that's how you know you've grown. Run the bases, keep on chasing. Hearts are racing, feet keep pacing. Round in circles, all the same. Run the bases, call my name. Hey, hey. Nights run longer than a rundown chase. I keep swinging even when I lose my place. Every strike just brings me home a step late, but I never walk away. Ooh, step slide, digging deep. Maybe this is all I need. Ooh, step slide, digging deep. I'm not folding, not this week. Run the bases, keep on chasing. Hearts are racing, feet keep pacing. Round in circles, all the same.
LWE has become an industry leader and performed new construction and retrofit work to companies in several industries. LWE is located in northern Utah and has performed work throughout the western United States. We can be reached at 801-621-3220.
GCB Computers. Refurbished, reliable, and ready to go. The computer you need at the price you can afford.
Welcome into the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke joining you here on this lovely Friday night for Game 4 between the Salt Lake Trappers and the Idaho Falls Chukars. The Ogden Raptors playing tonight once again as an alter ego, the Salt Lake Trappers, the team that used to play in Salt Lake back in the 1980s. They won that historic 29 games straight that still stands as the most consecutive games won by a professional baseball team. The Ogden Raptors are 1-0 as the Chukars so far this season, as last night they took a 9-6 victory over the Idaho Falls Chukars. It was a game that saw Chase Valentine have an electric night, going 5 for 5, scoring 4 times himself and scoring 5 RBIs. On the other side, though, it should be noted, Tyler Wyatt, the reigning Pioneer League batter of the week, went 3 for 5. He scored once himself, but notably, he also batted in 5 RBIs. So last night, another good, solid game with not a super high-scoring affair, as we've become accustomed to seeing games go over 10 runs consistently here in the Pioneer League. And so far, only the Raptors in Game 1 have scored more than 10 runs in that 13-7 victory. Game 2 was taken by the Idaho Falls Chukars, 8-6. And then obviously last night, 9-6 in favor of the Salt Lake Trappers. So the Idaho Falls Chukars are going to be looking to bounce back tonight, even the score of this series at 2-2 in Game 4 of the series. And most notably as well, they're looking to win just their second game over the Ogden Raptors all season long. The Ogden Raptors are 7-1 against the Idaho Falls Chukars so far this season. They swept them back when they were in Idaho Falls, and then obviously dropped their first game to them this entire season just back in Game 2. So an interesting one tonight. The wind definitely playing a factor coming in from the outfield, so it might be more of a defensive battle than we've seen in the last few days. But we will keep an eye out, and we'll go over everything there is to look out in this game, batting orders, field alignment, and everything that comes along with it after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Bowman Kemp Manufacturing has been in business for over 50 years. From the humble beginnings of Lael Bowman and Mel Kemp, the company has grown into a large steel facility supplying structural steel, reinforcing steel, and basement window systems. The rebar and structural departments supply the United States, while the basement window systems division supplies the United States and Canada from coast to coast.
Hi, I'm Christopher with Absolute Comfort Heating and Air, and I would do anything to keep my customers comfortable. And when it comes to family, I would do anything for love. I'd fix just about anything. You know I would do anything for you. I won't do that.
But you won't do that.
At Absolute Comfort, I'll do whatever it takes to keep you comfortable.
From the humble beginnings of Lael Bowman and Mel Kemp, the company has grown into a large steel facility supplying structural steel, reinforcing steel, and basement window systems.
This broadcast is the exclusive property of the Ogden Raptors Baseball Club and the Pioneer Baseball League. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, reproduction, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Ogden Raptors and the Pioneer Baseball League is strictly prohibited.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke here with you on July 17th, Friday. And we're going to take a quick look at the Pioneer League standings. So from now on, we're going to just be looking at the standings when it comes to the second half of the season. If anyone is not familiar, the Pioneer League operates in a two-half season, where the first half of the season and the second half is largely separate. The top two teams in the first half of the season, which were Long Beach Coast and Billings Mustangs, already have secured their spot in the playoffs. Now, in the second half of the season, those other top two teams will also secure their spots in the playoffs. If Long Beach Coast or Billings are one of those two teams, then it will come down to overall record, which the Ogden Raptors are sitting very, very pretty at right now at 31-20. They have the third best record in the entire Pioneer League. But let's take a look at specifically those second half standings, as each team has only played 3 games so far in the second half. You have 5 teams who are sitting at 3-0. The Mustangs, the Hawks, Long Beach Coast. Remember, the Mustangs and Long Beach Coast, not irrelevant, but they have already secured their spot in the playoffs, so it's not really that important if you beat them in the second half of the season. The Boise Hawks are securing a spot there right now. Then the Paddleheads and the Roadsters are also undefeated. The Ogden Raptors, the only team sitting at 2-1. The Idaho Falls Chukars, obviously the inverse of that record, as they are the other team in this series. And then you've got 5 more teams sitting at 0-3 with the Glacier Range Riders, the Great Falls Voyagers, the Oakland Ballers, the Red Pocket Mobiles, and the Yuba Sutter Freebirds. But what's important for the Idaho Falls Chukars is that they were the third worst record in the entire Pioneer League in the first half. They were 15-33. Now they sit at the third best or second worst record, depending on how you want to look at it, glass half full or half empty. But it's just important to look at that with this 2-half system, there's a lot of room to bounce back and to turn your season around, and the Idaho Falls Chukars have looked like a very formidable team thus far. So speaking of formidable, we're taking a look at their batting lineup, as they were the 3rd best bats in the Pioneer League in the first half of that season by batting average. So the bats were not the issue for them, and they're led off by Ty Dooley, who's going to be playing short tonight. Garrett Ostrander will be batting 2nd for them. Sam Canson will be 3rd. Tyler Wyatt batting cleanup will be 4th. He is the reigning batter of the week for the Idaho Falls Chukars and the Pioneer League as a whole. Justin Trimble will be batting 5th, and then you have Drew Stengren and Parker Lester at 6 and 7. Wesley Mitchell will be batting 8th, and DeMarcus Smiley is 9th. A couple notable changes is that DeMarcus Smiley has been moved into the DH spot that was occupied by Wesley Mitchell throughout the first 3 games of this series, and Wesley Mitchell is now going to be playing left field, replacing Casey Vaughn, who had been the left fielder throughout most of this game. So a lot to look at there, as the Idaho Falls Chukars have been batting well so far in this series. They obviously put up 7 runs in that first game, 8 in the second game, and then 6 last night. But they have had home runs in those first 2 games. Last night, the first night that they did not have a home run. And definitely something to look at is that Tyler Wyatt was responsible for 2 home runs in the second game of this series. So a lot of powerful bats on that lineup. Even last night in their loss, they had 12 hits and 6 RBIs for those 6 runs. That lineup will be going up against this Ogden Raptors, also known as the Salt Lake Trappers defense, with Jose Ballista starting on the mound. Hank Dodson will be behind the plate. Sebastian Greco is going to be playing first base, I believe. We'll double check on that, however. Cole Jordan will be at second. Chase Valentine at short. Carmine Lane is at third. Gio Ferraro in left. Colson Lawrence and center. And Kyler Stancato in right field. Let me take a quick double check at the lineup that I was given. And let's see. We've got right field. Sebastian Greco will be at first, and Kyler Stancato right field. So just switch those 2 on your graphic on your screen so that you're aware of where everyone will be in this game. So Hank Dodson is going to be behind the plate again, as that had been Carmine Lane's role yesterday. And what the Ogden Raptors have done is, we'll take a look at more of this in the batting lineup when we talk about it, but they've put every power bat that they can in their lineup by putting Greco on first, Ferraro out in left. Obviously, you also have Colson Lawrence in, as always, and then you also have Tyler Stone as your DH. So a lot of power there, and something to definitely be aware of, as the Ogden Raptors are the top team in the entire league when it comes to batting average. They lead the team in batting average. It's been very, very impressive for their entire offense. They just haven't slowed down. They've got multiple people who are in the top 5, top 6 when it comes to batting average individually in the league. And then also Colson Lawrence and Gio Ferraro, both at the 4th most home runs of anyone in the league. So a lot of power when it comes to their batting lineup. And we'll take a quick look at it right now. So the Salt Lake Trappers batting lineup tonight is going to be led off by Chase Valentine, coming off his phenomenal night last night. He went 5 for 5 with 5 RBIs to go along with it. Just a night that he said he's going to remember for a long time. I was chatting with him beforehand in batting practice, and he said last night was pretty special. And the Salt Lake Trappers taking the field in the way that they see fit through those sparklers. And actually, after talking about Chase Valentine, we're going to take a quick pause for the national anthem. When we come back, we're going to highlight everything that you just saw popped up on the right side of your screen if you're watching on HTN. But that'll be after this break for the national anthem.
draw stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bursting in air, came through the night. That our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the
There goes the national anthem. So we had electric guitars last night. Now just a old school singer. The play ball kids coming out to say play ball. But as promised, we're going to take a look at the Salt Lake Trappers batting lineup. We alluded to it earlier. I'm just trying to build the suspense here on the broadcast. So led off by Chase Valentine, as I said. He's playing shortstop, coming off of a 5-for-5 night, 5 RBIs. He had a double as well as 2 home runs, and that double was just absolutely huge coming in the 8th inning and giving the team the lead. Carmine Lane will be batting second. He's back at third base today, not over at catcher like we talked about. Kyler Sincato batting third. Gio Ferraro's batting cleanup. Not a great night for him last night, going 0 for 4, but before that, in the last 2 games, he had 2 home runs in both those games. So still feeling hot. Colson Lawrence bats 5th. Cole Jordan is 6th, currently on a 26-game hit streak, which is a Raptors record. Sebastian Greco batting 7th, Dodson 8th back in the lineup, and Tyler Stone batting 9th. So, like I talked about, you have 3 big power hitters in the lineup with Ferraro, Sebastian Greco, and Tyler Stone. This is the first time tonight that they have put all of those bats in the order at the same time. Obviously, Tyler Stone, a new bat for the team. They haven't been able to use him until this series. So that offense will be going up against this defense for the Idaho Falls Chukars. Josh Learson will be getting the start on the mound, and Drew Stengren will be doing the catching behind home plate. Parker Lester is at first, Garrett Ostrander at second, Ty Dooley at short, and Justin Trimble at third. So the same infield that they've been working with. The only change is Wesley Mitchell out there in left field instead of Casey Vaughn. Tyler Wyatt still in center, and Sam Canton will be in right field. We'll chat a little bit more about Josh Learson when the Idaho Falls Chukars are out in the field, but what we will chat about now is Jose Ballista getting the start on the mound for the Ogden Raptors. He was a guy who played for the Paddleheads before he came over to the Raptors, and they played him in a series that he pitched pretty well in. He pitched in relief in one of those games, in a game that they won, and the Raptors saw something that they liked and just snatched Ballista up. So since then, he has had quite a few appearances for the Ogden Raptors. He went from a reliever to a starting role, and he's done it pretty well. So this will be his 3rd start of the season and his 11th appearance. So obviously you see there that 8 of his starts came in relief. On the season right now, his ERA is sitting right around a 7.98. He's had pitched 29 in the 3rd innings, given up 44 hits, 28 runs, 26 of them earned, 13 walks to 17 strikeouts. So a good ratio there. And that's the ratio that obviously they're always keeping an eye on, are the Raptors, with the emphasis on not giving up free bases. First pitch is a bit outside for ball 1, and we're underway for gameplay. The first pitch is at 6:32, 3 minutes later than last night, if anyone's counting. This one is grounded. Cole Jordan moves over to his left on it, and I'll be able to make a play. And the leadoff man is on for the second night in a row. The Idaho Falls Chukars have scored 2 runs in the first inning in both of the last 2 games. They maintained that lead in game 2 for quite a long time, as the Raptors didn't score a run until the 6th inning. As looks like we didn't have something for Ballista to clean his cleats on the back of the mound. Our ops crew making sure that that gets out there for him. And now we have time from Evan Parker, as Ballista also seems to not have another thing that he needs. So maybe we're slightly unprepared for this game, it looks like, as Ballista, maybe some resin, a resin bag, something like that. Something to clean out his cleats even more so. The mound is pretty wet. There's a strip of water or a strip of dampness on the mound that definitely could be getting stuck in the cleats. But after all the hubbub, we're ready to go. It's Garrett Ostrander stepping in, the right-hander. Ostrander so far in this series is 6 for 14. First pitch to him misses too high. He's had 2 good games in the last 2 nights. Has gone 3 for 5 in both of them, so 6 for his last 10, betting 600 over his last 10 at-bats. And that's a nice bounce back after he went 0 for 4 in game 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's flied into right field. Starts kind of right center and is now tailing almost into foul territory, and that's where it will end up. On the run is Cole Jordan making a sliding catch in the bullpen of the Idaho Falls Chukars, and Ty Dooley holds up where he is at first base. And that's our first look at the way that the ball is going to move through the air, as that one started at right center and just continued to tail and tail and tail. So the first out of this ball game is recorded thanks to a Cole Jordan hustle play. And next up will be Sam Canton, the left-hander. Ty Dooley taking about a 10-15 foot lead off of first. First pitch from Ballista is lined into left field. Going back on it is Gio Ferraro, just shy of the warning track, and he'll make the grab for the second out of the inning. Ty Dooley retreats. One of Ferraro's first days in the outfield in quite a while. He's largely been playing first base and has also been the DH spot a couple times. 2 outs for Tyler Wyatt, coming off of a great night last night. 3 for 5, 5 RBIs. 2 of those 3 were doubles. First pitch by Ballista is a strike in the bottom part of the zone. Tyler Wyatt on the season batting .362, but coming off of a week last week where he batted .452 and a 1.194 slugging percentage across 6 games. That's why he's the reigning hitter of the week. The 0-1 pitch misses just a hair outside for ball 1. And Wyatt, a lot of those hits for him came in the form of home runs, as he had a 4-game home run streak coming into this series. He swings and misses at the 1-1 pitch to make it 1-2. He didn't hit a home run in game 1, which snapped that 4-game home run streak, but then he did hit 2 home runs in game 2. So he's now had home runs in 5 of his last 7 games. With a 1-2 count on him, though, looking to avoid a strikeout in this first inning. Here comes the 1-2 from Ballista. Waiting on the off speed is Wyatt, and he pops this one up out of play foul. 79 miles an hour, good placement by Ballista on the outside part of the plate. 1-2 with 2 outs, runner on first. Here it comes. This one is pulled into left field. It's got some heat behind it, but it's sailing just foul. Dooley showing the pop that he has. That one coming off of the bat at 96 miles an hour. We've been giving a weather report every day so far today during this series. It's been a hot series, but right now the coolest we have been all week, 86, which you'd say, Arden, that's not that cool, but we have been in the low to mid 90s this entire week, and 86 has to feel absolutely balmy for these guys. Here comes the 1-2, and that one's just a bit too high for ball 2. 12-mile-an-hour wind right now, and it could get up to 14, but we're getting gusts at over 20 miles an hour. And currently it's coming just straight in from the outfield. Here comes a 2-2, and on the ground, diving for it is Carmine Lane. He misses it. Chase Valentine handles it, but the throw over to first is not in time. Chase Valentine did a good job even getting a glove on that ball to make sure it didn't sneak into the outfield. But Tyler Wyatt put a good piece of 2-strike hitting together, and he gets on base with 2 outs. Valentine fielded that ball really deep in the infield, and so it just gave Wyatt plenty of time to make his way to first base. Justin Trimble, the big lefty, third baseman, batting .354 on the season. First pitch to him is skied out of play up the left field line. Strike one. The breeze also making the 86 feel maybe slightly less than that. There wasn't much breeze in games 2 or 3. A lot of wind in game 1 is what kept it a lower scoring affair until the latter half of the game. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. This one is up the left field line, but also foul to make it 0-2. Salt Lake Trappers looking to go 2-0 as the Trappers in this series. Also looking to take a 3-1 lead in the series. Turnbull with an 0-2 count on him. He's already struck out 6 times in this series across the first 3 games, and that swing and a miss makes it 7 strikeouts and an end of the inning for Jose Ballista. No runners score for the first time in 2 games. The Idaho Falls Chukars are held scoreless in the top of the first inning, and we'll get our first look at the Salt Lake Trappers offense after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
At the Prairie Schooner, you can dine in a covered wagon while enjoying our delicious hand-cut steaks, fresh seafood, and signature desserts. Go to prairieschoonerrestaurant.com or call us at 801-392-2712 to reserve your table today.
GCB Computers. Refurbished, reliable, and ready to go. The computer you need at the price you can afford.
Windward Electric is the foremost commercial and industrial electrical contractor in the Intermountain West. We value relationships as we strive to provide exceptional experiences for our clients. Call 801-648-7270 for a quote or visit windwardelectric.com today.
Welcome back from the break. Tonight's broadcast is presented on the Home Team Network for live video streaming, on YouTube for audio-only coverage, and on 88.9 FM for In the Park Radio.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. First pitch incoming from Josh Learson is a called strike in the bottom part of the zone to Chase Valentine. Chase Valentine, perfect in last night's game, a perfect 5 for 5. Second time in this series that a Trappers player had been perfect, as this one is grounded up the third base line and mishandled by the third baseman, or the third base coach, excuse me, Evan Parker. Valentine batting .365 on the season, but a perfect 1,000 last night, as I was saying. And the second time in this series that a Raptor had gone a perfect 5 for 5, as Ferraro did it in game 1. Valentine bats this one out of play up the right field line this time, and he's quickly in a hole 0-2. Chase Valentine has been a consistent leadoff man for the Trappers all year long, as the 0-2 is grounded. Moving over to his right is Ty Dooley, the shortstop, on a stretching Parker Lester catch. The out is made at first base, and an emphatic ruling is made by Michael DeBoer, our first base umpire. He's a new addition to the team tonight, as Schatzman is not part of the umping crew. Matt Beaver is back behind home plate, and Mike Green is at third. Beaver is the umpire who was, let's say, a owner of a loose zone in game 2. First pitch to Carmine Lane misses too high. We've only had a handful of unsuccessful challenges so far in this series, something to keep an eye on as the next pitch misses too low as well, and it's 2-0. They've been challenging not very often, but when they have been, it's been successful. I think we've only had 3 unsuccessful challenges so far. Here comes the 2-0. It's pulled into left field by Lane. Mitchell moves over to his right and makes a catch in the outfield for the second out of the inning. So Chase Valentine ends his perfect streak, and then Carmine Lane also flies out. 2 up, 2 down so far to start the inning for Learson and the Trappers. Learson, as promised, we'll take a look at him. 6'4" right-handed pitcher from Birmingham, Alabama, as the first pitch is fouled away from Kyler Stancato. Played his college ball at Samford. He most recently had a start against the Billings Mustangs in a 13-7 loss. This one is also fouled away by Kyler Stancato to make it 0-2. He went 5 1/3 innings, gave up 8 hits, 9 runs. 7 of them were earned. The big thing, though, 4 walks and 2 home runs. That's really what killed him in that game. So 9 of the 13 runs scored were given up by Learson. Trying to recover from that. The 0-2 swung on and missed by Kyler Stancato, and a 3 up, 3 down inning is a great start for Josh Learson and a bit of a bounce-back game for him. We're tied it up at 0 as we head into the top of the second inning after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
GCB Computers. Refurbished, reliable, and ready to go. The computer you need at the price you can afford.
Dave Grant has proudly served the community for over 50 years. Getting what you need, where you need it, when you need it, encapsulates our mission to deliver reliable and timely service. Contact us at 801-394-1621 or at www.granttrucking.com.
From providing a great member experience to providing easy access to your accounts with our mobile app, we are here to help you along your journey. Call 801-399-9728 for more information or visit ascentcu.com.
Kier has evolved into a diversified general contractor with experience in commercial construction. Hundreds of projects throughout the Intermountain West attest to Kier's wide range of expertise in design and build. Kier Construction invites you to experience the difference. Call us at 801-627-1414.
This broadcast is the exclusive property of the Ogden Raptors Baseball Club and the Pioneer Baseball League. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, reproduction, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Ogden Raptors and the Pioneer Baseball League is strictly prohibited.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke, and joined now by Evan Parker, the manager of the Salt Lake Trappers. Evan, thanks as always for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate your time as always. So you've had 2 players throughout this series, Gio Ferraro in Game 1 and then Chase Valentine in Game 3, go 5 for 5. What do you feel like has contributed to kind of these perfect games for these players?
I mean, if you go back and look at pretty much every lineup I've written, sorry, I don't know what's going on over here. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Every lineup I've written this year has had those guys somewhere near the top of the lineup. And so that just is a testament to their consistency. Chase and I actually had a good conversation. He had a tough game, this is a couple of games back, but I had just said, hey, man, you can't ride the waves too much. You've got to just stay consistent, stay within yourself, and do what you got to do. And look what he does last night. They walk a guy to face him, which I couldn't believe. But, needless to say, the dude's a pro. He knows what he has to do to be ready to play every day. And I would ultimately attest those things to Gio and Chase being ready to play every day, no matter what.
In today's batting lineup, you have quite a lot of power. Now with Tyler Stone at DH, you have Greco over at first, and then also Ferraro in left field. Were you kind of trying to stack the power in the lineup? And you obviously can't forget Colson Lawrence in there as well.
Yeah, that's a very good observation on your part. That's exactly what I was trying to do. we've been talking about doing some things defensively, getting Sebastian in there, getting Gio in the outfield, because if Gio can play infield and outfield. I mean, this guy needs to be in an organization as it is. Sebastian needs to be in an organization as it is. All these guys, Colson, all the guys that you just named are quality organizational level players. And so, the more versatility that you can show, you don't want to just try to pigeonhole a guy into a spot too much, unless you're talking about like a Cole Jordan, who's a power hitting second baseman, which is a very premier position in baseball. So, yeah, just mixing some things up and trying to push some buttons, and let's see what happens tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for the time, Evan. We appreciate it as always.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
The 1-2 misses too low and inside to make it 2-2. Drew Stengren flew out to center field to start off the inning. What's been interesting with this Salt Lake Trappers batting lineup is the addition of Tyler Stone, and putting him at DH was kind of where Ferraro or Greco had been filling that role. So then that's this puzzle of wanting to still keep those bats in your lineup, but figuring out, okay, wanting to put them in on defense as a line drive is handled by Carmine Lane at third base for the second out of the inning. And it is good that, Greco can play first base. Gio Ferraro can move from first to left field. And then also you have Tyler Stone, who did play first base throughout college. He was the Cornhuskers at Nebraska's first baseman through both of their Big Ten victories in the 2 seasons prior to this one. After the 2-2 line out by Parker Lester, it brings up Wesley Mitchell. First pitch to him, a called strike right down the center of the zone. Ballista has been just absolutely attacking the strike zone with first pitch strikes. Last 2 batters, he's done so. This one is lightly tapped. It gets by Ballista, but Jordan will hustle in on it and try to just push throw it over to Greco at first base, and it is in time. So a 3-up, 3-down inning to answer the Idaho Falls Chukars 3-up, 3-down inning, and we're still knotted up at 0 heading into the bottom of the second after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
GCB Computers. Refurbished, reliable, and ready to go. The computer you need at the price you can afford.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans, now with no payments for 90 days.
Welcome back from the break. Tonight's broadcast is presented on the Home Team Network for live video streaming, on YouTube for audio-only coverage, and on 88.9 FM for In the Park Radio.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. First pitch is a called strike on the outside edge of the zone to Gio Ferraro. Gio with 4 home runs in the first 2 games of this series, then held 0 for 4 last night, but this one is in the gap to the outfield and left field. And Ferraro is back on base, where he would say he belongs, showing that hopefully Game 3, just a small blip in this series for him. Leadoff man on for the Raptors. For the Trappers, excuse me. That's, I could basically take Raptors out of my vocabulary, as the Raptors are playing under pseudonyms, I guess you could say, for 3 games straight. Trappers last night and tonight, and then obviously everyone's favorite, the Utah Fry Sauce, tomorrow night. Runner on first for Colson Lawrence. Open stance for the right-hander, and Learson holds on to that one a hair too long and pulls it well outside across the plate for ball 1. Lawrence, who is consistently playing center field right now in this season, is tied for the team lead in home runs and 4th in the Pioneer League in home runs at 16. Next pitch misses too high as well. And notably, has also been the hero in a knockout round, which the Trappers went 0 for 2 in the first 2 knockout rounds of their season, which happened in back-to-back games out in Boise. Next pitch misses too low for ball 3. But then they had another knockout round against the Boise Hawks a couple series later and bounced back thanks to Colson Lawrence. Actually did it back in Memorial Stadium in Boise, so that one had to feel good. 3-0 count for Lawrence, and looks like he did not have the green light to swing at that one, as it's a called strike 1. He didn't show much of any effort to swing at it. If you've been with us for the past few nights, you know that I've been analyzing strike calls. Here comes a 3-1 pitch, and it's fouled back over our heads to make it 3-2. So we had Schatzman, whose motion went straight towards the pitcher. Last night, Mike Green also was pretty similar. Matt Beaver, more of a classic open the right shoulder, go perpendicular to the pitcher. However, in that one, it was a little unique. He kind of just flailed his right arm, didn't open any other part of his body. So even the umpires with their own flair here. Here comes a 3-2. Runner is on the go. The one out is made at second, and they'll make the throw over at first for the second out of the inning. So despite Gio Ferraro getting a jump off of first base, the ground ball by Colson Lawrence was just in perfect double play territories for a 6-4-3 double play. Good play by Garrett Ostrander as well, as Gio Ferraro's slide caught him off balance a little bit, and Ostrander stuck with the play, making a good throw even after falling off balance slightly. So after that double play, there's now 2 outs for Cole Jordan. First pitch to him is too low in the dirt for ball 1. And the next pitch misses as well. So last 2, too low in the dirt. Cole Jordan, one of those co-captains this year. It's his 3rd year with the Ogden Raptors. Currently on that 26-game hitting streak. His first at-bat of the night. First attempt to keep that streak going, as this one works up and in on his hands and is fouled away into opposite field territory. 2-1 count to Jordan. Cole Jordan, I learned today, has a real skill for making TikToks, as it's July 17th. If anyone has watched Mamma Mia, it's the song, July 17th. What a night. So we were making that TikTok down on the field during BP, and Cole Jordan was just an absolute star, as the 2-1 catches the strike zone for a called strike 2. According to TrackMan, it was a bit too low. So now it's a 2-2 count to Jordan, the lip-syncing star. The 2-2 is a bit inside, as Learson went fast on that next pitch. I think was trying to catch Cole Jordan a little bit off guard. But it misses inside for a full count. So here comes the payoff pitch with 2 outs from Learson. And swung on and missed by Cole Jordan for a strikeout. Second strikeout of the night already for Josh Learson, and that ends the bottom of the 2nd inning. Still zeros on the board all around for both the Trappers and the Chukars. We'll be back for the top of the 3rd inning after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Don't be a bench warmer. Call the insurance center so that you can get on the field and have a good time and get your insurance done properly. Go Raptors!
Raptor fans, Tara Carney, your local Allstate insurance agent, wants you to know you are always in good hands with Allstate. They can help with all your insurance needs, from protecting your auto and property to your family's future with life and financial services and everything in between. Give Tara a call at 801-606-4547 or email her at tara@allstate.com for a free quote. You can even stop by her office on the corner of 20th and Washington. And remember, you're always in good hands with Allstate.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. And right now, there is an auction going on for the jerseys that they are wearing. The Salt Lake Trappers jerseys, the online auction is live. So if you're watching on HTN, you can scan this QR code on your screen right now to bid on any of the jerseys. It's the same situation as they did on the July 3rd game for those USA jerseys, and those were a hot commodity. I've already seen a couple people even rocking them in the ballpark, but it's game-worn jerseys. I was saying the other day, I think I would go for Carmine Lane's number 9, as that is the number that I wore as a softball player. So everyone, you can also text into our text line, 385-240-1121. Let me know what jersey number you would grab, or just what player's jersey you would want. Let us know. First pitch called strike from Jose Ballista coming into the first batter of this inning, DeMarcus Smiley. And just so everyone knows, that jersey auction ends at 9:30 p.m. So be aware, you cannot bid on a jersey after 9:30 p.m. as the 0-1 pitch is in there for called strike swung on for strike 2. DeMarcus Smiley, the DH tonight, has not played yet in this series. No action yet in this series. He's listed as a catcher on the roster as the 0-1 pitch is low in the dirt, bounces away for ball 1. Unsurprising to see Smiley make his way back into the lineup, however, as he played all 6 games across the 3-game series of Great Falls and Billings, and he went 10 for 23 in that series, so batting just a hair south of 500. Here comes the 1-2, and that one misses outside as well. I was honestly surprised to see Smiley in this series. Casey Vaughn is the one who got switched out of the lineup, and he hadn't even played in the Billings series, so he had been inactive for 3 games as the 2-2 is fouled away for Smiley to stay alive. On the season, DeMarcus Smiley has only played in 15 games with 13 starts, so this is his 16th game and 14th start. 6 of those starts came back in the last week, actually. But despite his limited at-bats of 53, here comes the 2-2, and it's outside to make the count full. He bats .434 on the season, which is the best on the team of anyone with significant, or anyone with, over single-digit at-bats. Sam Canton bats .400, and he's had 215 at-bats. As the 3-2 pitch misses inside, and it's a free pass for DeMarcus Smiley. Just the 10th time this year that he has worked a walk, but obviously limited at-bats, just 53. We always say that leadoff walks very often come around to score. The Salt Lake Trappers actually avoided that feat last night when they walked the leadoff man in both the top of the 8th and the top of the 9th innings. Neither of them came around to score. We'll see if Jose Ballista is able to keep that same trend going, as he does get strike 1 into Ty Dooley, back to the top of the batting order for the Idaho Falls Chukars. So no 1 count to Dooley. He shows bunt, lays it down right in front of home plate, and it is foul, just barely outside. Our first base umpire was motioning that the guy was safe and the throw brought him off the bag, but I don't think that he realized that Matt Beaver behind home plate had already said it was a foul ball. So a little bit of miscommunication between the 2 umpires, but nevertheless, it's now 0-2. And we likely won't see bunt again, as obviously if you foul back a bunt, it's called strike 3. So an 0-2 count as DeMarcus Smiley is on first base. Ty Dooley, the left-hander, in the box. Dooley singled to right field his last time up, just a pulled grounder. 0-2 pitch is right back in that same spot, finds the gap into right field, and that'll go down as a base hit. Smiley advances 90 feet, and runners are on first and second with no outs in the top of this 3rd inning. Just an abbreviated 2-strike swing short, compact, and got the job done for Ty Dooley. And it'll be Garrett Ostrander who flew out into foul territory, caught by Cole Jordan his last time up. Ostrander on the season batting .384. He bounces this one, and Carmine Lane is unable to snatch it up. It goes down into the outfield. DeMarcus Smiley is holding up on third and now decides to come home after the ball was mishandled in left field by Gio Ferraro, and the run will score. Gio Ferraro with his hands on his knees. He can't believe he whiffed it, which is exactly what he did. He was coming in on the ball after both Carmine Lane and Valentine missed it at third and short and just whiffed the pickup. DeMarcus Smiley was given the sign to hold up on third, but the second Ferraro didn't field it cleanly. He was sent home and he scores. So what should have just been a real routine single that got the bases loaded does score a run, and the ability to keep the leadoff walk from scoring ends in this top of the third inning. Strike one is in there to Sam Canton. Runners are on first and second. It's Ty Dooley on second, Ostrander on first. This one on the ground, handled on a backhand by Greco. They'll get the first out over at second. No, they won't. They're calling him Chase Valentine, being him, pulling off the bag. And now the man gets out. So exactly what happened was Chase Valentine. There's a lot going on the field right now. We'll pause to collect ourselves. So here's what happened. They called Chase Valentine coming off of the bag when he was trying to make the out at second. Garrett Ostrander didn't realize it, and so he started running back to the dugout thinking that he was called out. So then with the ball still live, they threw the ball over to Chase Valentine, and they got the out over at second. But Ostrander, not realizing that they already had called the out, got caught in a pickle that didn't exist. The players played it out as a pickle, and there's just a lot of extracurriculars going on. The umpires are now coming together for a meeting. But regardless, I believe Ostrander is going to be out. There's been a decent amount of miscommunication between the umpires so far. So even if this talk isn't talking about the outcome of the play and just how to make sure that they're all communicating on the same page, obviously Michael DeBoer over on first base is the new umpire in this staff, and maybe that's just caused a little bit of miscommunication. So ultimately, what does happen is Ostrander is out. It'll be going on a fielder's choice that Sam Canton reaches on, as Greco chose to throw over to second base. So one out is now recorded in the inning, with runners on first and third. Runners on first is Canton. Runner on third is Ty Dooley. DeMarcus Smiley came around to score early in this inning to give the Chukars a 1-0 lead. First pitch is grounded. Carmine Lane misses the backhand. That'll go into left field and score Ty Dooley. So 2 runs up on the board now in the top of this third inning for the Chukars as Dooley crosses home. Canton makes it to second, and Tyler Wyatt, the reigning hitter of the week, gets credited with an RBI single. Just the third inning, but still noted, no action in the Trappers bullpen. Runners on first and second now. First pitch to Justin Trimble, misses well outside for ball 1. Justin Trimble struck out swinging his last time up. He has been prone to strike out in this series, has already struck out 7 times. 1-0 pitch as Ballista hangs his right arm and now puts his right hand in his left-handed mitt. Next pitch misses outside as well. 2-0. Unsurprising that Trimble has those 7 strikeouts in this series, as he also leads the team with 50 strikeouts. So he had 43 coming into this series, and his Ballista's next pitch also misses well outside. Ballista's last 3 pitches haven't really come close to the plate. He's been lit up a little bit in this inning, but wanting to get it back under control. Here comes a 3-0, and that one is right down the middle for called strike one. And Justin Trimble pretty clearly didn't have the green light to swing, as he made no motion at that pitch that was just middle. So now 3-1. Still just one out in this inning. It's Canton on second, Wyatt on first. The lefty Trimble stands at the ready here for the 3-1, and it misses outside to walk the bases full. That's already Ballista's second walk in this game, second walk in this inning. The Raptors, the Trapper, has done a very good job of minimizing walks. Through the first 3 games, there had been less than 10 walks. The only issue, honestly, has been hit by pitches. There's been 3 hit by pitches and just 4 walks coming into this game. Evan Parker is going to have a couple words with his pitcher out on the mound, Jose Ballista. Good action over on our text line. We've got a guy texting in saying that he wants Wilkies. It is Josh and Parker's host family saying that they want Wilkies jersey. Next pitch is a called strike after the mound meeting. Evan Parker has a great track record of coming in for a mound meeting and having the next pitch thrown be a strike. I think I'm going to talk to our statistician, Hannah Dean, see if that's one that we could start getting tracked. I think Evan Parker deserves some accolades for whatever he says out there on the mound. This one, the 1-1, is grounded up the middle. Chase Valentine gets the first out at second, and the second out over at third. First and second of the play, second and third of the inning. And the Trappers get out of the inning without any more damage done, but the Idaho Falls Chukars put 2 up in the top of the third inning, and they lead this one 2-0 after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Do you thrive on a challenge? Does crafting complex parts ignite your passion? Peterson Inc. isn't your average manufacturer. We're world-class, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We're looking for skilled welders and machinists to join our team. People who take pride in precision. If you're wanting to contribute to groundbreaking innovations, Peterson Inc. is your place. Visit petersoninc.com and join the team that builds the future.
Men can take a hit. We can tough it out. We're told to suck it up a lot more than we're asked to talk it out. But the truth is, the only way to tackle what's up here is to simply say what we're feeling. With friends, family, or the Utah Crisis Hotline. Put this number in your contacts right now. And if you're ever wondering if you have someone to talk to, you do. 24/7.
Wait, use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back from the break. Tonight's broadcast is presented on the Home Team Network for live video streaming, on YouTube for audio-only coverage, and on 88.9 FM for In the Park Radio.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. 2-0 in favor of the Idaho Falls Chukars, as the first pitch by Sebastian Greco is fouled back into the netting behind home plate. Windy one here today, as we're feeling in the booth, as even though we're slightly inside, papers are still flying around. Next pitch is a ball to make the count 1-1. Greco's first at-bat of the night, as he pulls this one on the ground, handled by a falling second baseman, Ostrigen, and he's able to collect himself and give the throw over to Parker Lester at first base for the first out of the inning. Ostrander must have gotten caught up by the turf snake and tripped up as he was fielding that ball, but was able to recover. Hank Dodson up now. Dodson not in the lineup last night. First pitch to him misses for a ball. Hank is the worst batting average in the lineup as the 1-0 is fouled back, but he is still a pretty reliable hitter. I mean, he's known to get the ball in play, just not the biggest power hitter. Got a 277 average on the year, just 4 home runs. The 1-1 pitch gets in there for called strike 2. So now a 1-2 count on Dodson. For Hank in game 1 of this series, he went 2 for 4, but then went 0 for in game 2 as he hits this one hop, handled over by Trimble at third base, and crossfield throw is made for the second out of the inning at first. So the Raptors have now gone 8 up, 8 down. It's been a great start for Josh Learson in his bounce back game. As we alluded to, he obviously gave up 9 runs in just a little bit over 5 innings in his last outing. So far through 2 2/3 has given up none and has only given up 1 hit. But is going to be going up against the biggest power hitter in the Trappers lineup, Ty Stone. First pitch is flied into shallow infield. Coming in on it is the second baseman, Garrett Ostrander, and the third out of the inning is made. So the Salt Lake Trappers have now gone 9 up, 9 down, and they trail by 2 as we head into the top of the 4th after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
We are big enough to where we have established processes and procedures to protect you, but we're small enough to where there's still an owner involved in the day-to-day operations to ensure that we don't lose that personal touch. We'd love to tell you more about us, and feel free to reach out to us. You can reach our team at 801-728-0454.
It starts with a vision, a goal that sets the wheels in motion. The path may be rough, but with grit, hard work, and the right support, no race is too tough. No goal beyond reach. Bank of Utah provides all the tools and expertise I need to get across the finish line. So what are you waiting for? Start your journey with Bank of Utah today.
Do you thrive on a challenge? Does crafting complex parts ignite your passion? Peterson Inc. isn't your average manufacturer. We're world-class, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We're looking for skilled welders and machinists to join our team. People who take pride in precision. If you're wanting to contribute to groundbreaking innovations, Peterson Inc. is your place. Visit petersoninc.com and join the team that builds the future.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. First pitch is a ball coming in to the left-hander, Parker Lester. Lester, so far tonight, lined out to Carmine Lane over at third base. The 1-0 on a line to the other co-captain, Cole Jordan, at second base. And you can't say that Lester is not hitting the ball hard. It's exiting the bat over 100 miles an hour, but just not quite in the right place for the first out of the inning. Ballista still the man on the mound. Still no action in the Ogden Raptors bullpen. They love Ballista to go more than 5 innings, as this one on a rope, but just barely foul up the left field line. The Ogden Raptors win over 80% of their games when their starting pitcher goes over 5 innings. It's kind of the magic number for them so far. So it's an 0-1 count to Wes Mitchell. He grounded out to Cole Jordan his last time up, and he just barely catches a piece of the next pitch to make it go foul, and now is behind 0-2. So now an 0-2 count. Wesley Mitchell wearing yellow batting gloves with a bit of white wrist tape protruding out of it, and he pulls this one into left field, going back to the wall, and the warning track is Gio Ferraro, and he retreats just enough to make the second out of the inning. That one also coming off the bat with decent speed, 96 miles an hour. So now 2 quick outs. Got to feel good for Jose Ballista after he allowed the first 3 runners of last inning to get on. And it brings up DeMarcus Smiley. First pitch to him, misses a bit outside for ball 1. Smiley worked a walk to lead off last inning and then ultimately came around to score. But walking is not exactly what they brought the DH in to do, as the next pitch catches the outside of the zone for called strike 1. The 434 batting average with 23 hits and just 53 at-bats shows the power that Smiley has. Here comes the 1-1. He hits this one on the ground between the gap of second and shortstop, and that'll go down as a base hit into center field. The Chukars have had just 1 inning without a hit in these first 4 innings tonight. They went 3 up, 3 down in the second inning, but besides that, a hit in every inning. So DeMarcus Smiley knocks his 24th hit of the year and is standing on first base as we roll over into the top of the lineup for the second inning in a row. First pitch to Ty Dooley, the shortstop, a little bit too high for ball 1. In the last inning, 7 batters came across the plate, or came up to the plate with 2 batters coming across it. So quickly for Ballista, already rolling over into the top of the batting order, and now just in the 4th inning, Ty Dooley is seeing Ballista for the 3rd time. 2-0 as Ballista kicks his left leg and fires into the strike zone for called strike 1. And the efficiency of the Idaho Falls Chukars making their way around the lineup can also have a big impact on the length of Ballista's outing, as the 2-1 is grounded. Carmine Lane, that's Chase Valentine, handles it at short and gives it off to Greco for the final out of the inning. So Ballista bounces back nicely after giving up 2 runs in the top of the 3rd and holds the Idaho Falls Chukars scoreless in the top of the 4th. But it is still the team from Idaho leading this one, 2-0 as we head into the bottom of the 2nd after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Do you thrive on a challenge? Does crafting complex parts ignite your passion? Peterson Inc. isn't your average manufacturer. We're world-class, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We're looking for skilled welders and machinists to join our team. People who take pride in precision. If you're wanting to contribute to groundbreaking innovations, Peterson Inc. is your place. Visit petersoninc.com and join the team that builds the future.
Remember, we always keep an eye on our debris burn until it's completely out.
Mom! Always keep an eye on our debris burn until it's completely out.
That's right. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network, as we are joined now by Bob Malacki, the manager for the Idaho Falls Chukars. Bob, thanks so much for joining us.
No problem.
Appreciate you taking the time once again. You guys and your ball club has gotten off to hot starts in the last 3 games, getting up to a 2-0 lead 3 nights in a row. What can you attribute the early leads to?
Well, we've always had good hitting, but what we've done early in the game is pitched well also. Both teams have been really pitching well. That's why the game's been going so quick and so many balls have been put in play. They're just attacking the zone.
How have you been able to kind of right the ship when it came to pitching, as clearly you guys in the second half of this season have brought a different stature of pitching to the ball field?
Well, obviously, we had to make some changes, and you're not always for sure you're going to get something better than you have to let go. And they're starting to buy into throwing strikes over the plate versus trying to throw as hard as they can. I think really helps.
Absolutely. Well, the ball team seems to be looking good, and those changes have been working well. Your team up 2-0 right now. Manager Malaki, thanks so much for joining us.
No problem. Thank you.
So Chase Valentine with a strikeout swinging, and not quite the start to his evening that he wanted after going 5 for 5 last night. And it's now time for Carmine Lane to step in. First pitch to Carmine, likely tap. It's handled by Learson, and he'll give it off to Lester for the second out of the inning. And we are joined now by the former Salt Lake Trapper himself and the owner of the Ogden Raptors, Dave Baggett.
Hey, man. How Again, how are you? Wrong headset. Okay.
Oh, wait, no, here we got it. We'll make it work. You'll eventually hear Bags.
The same problem we had last time. What kind of clip joint are we running here?
Well, you're using the headset that is now plugged into our fan cam or our crowd mic. We'll get Dave on the mic at some point. First pitch to Kyler Stincato, misses too high, and I believe we have you now.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd come in and try to see if I could rally because we've Learson's faced basically given up one hit, but he's faced a minimum, so
exactly
trying to shake it up a little bit. And the reason why he's facing the minimum is he's throwing first pitch strikes. Fortunately, we're 2-0 here. Chase lived by his name for the first out of the inning because he chased that fastball up the ladder. At 91, you're not going to catch it.
Good 3-0 count for Kyler Stincato right now, though. So the team playing is the Salt Lake Trappers tonight and last night.
Yes.
I mean, you saw firsthand. What can you tell us about the Trappers for maybe the viewers from Idaho or just viewers from Utah who don't know?
Well, the Trappers are only played, I believe, for 7 seasons. The first season was 1985. In 1984, the Salt Lake Gulls was a AAA team for, I believe, the Mariners at the time. They folded their operation because they were convinced that Salt Lake was not a baseball town. And so a gentleman named Peter Pocklington and Mel Kowalczyk, who happened to own the Edmonton Oilers of the NHL, said, why don't we put a team in Salt Lake and fill that void for a short season team in the Pioneer League? So they basically were able to buy a franchise, remarkably, for $20,000. And the reason they were called the Trappers, because they owned the AAA team in the PCL that was called the Edmonton Trappers. So they said, we got extra uniforms. We could save some money by not having to buy them. So they named them the Salt Lake Trappers. So that's how the team got started, and they won the championship. In 1986, the year I played, the team was bought by Jack Donovan and a few other shareholders out of the Scottsdale area for $55,000. And they owned it until till the end. So we won the championship in 86. Then the streak team in 87, they won the championship. And I think 88 and 90, we didn't win the championship. We won it in 91. 92, get down.
Kyler Stincato takes
You're
off,
out.
and he gets caught stealing to trying to take second. So that'll end the inning.
So we'll stay here.
Yeah, keep going.
So at the end of the 1992 season, the Salt Lake Trappers, with the streak and all the other championships and drawing, in fact, that last year in 1992, we averaged almost 6,000 fans a game. That all of a sudden, Salt Lake was now a AAA market again. So they, the PCL redrafted the territory, which they were allowed to do. At that time, the rules of baseball were a league at a higher classification can draft and relocate to a city of a lower classification. There just has to be a certain timetable of the year for allow them to do that, to give that displaced team ample time to find somewhere else to go. That didn't happen. The mayor of Salt Lake City at that time basically condemned the stadium and kicked the team out of town at Old Dirks Field 60 days before their season was supposed to start. So lawsuits went and everything else, and long story short, the Trappers had to go. I ended up acquiring the Trappers, moving it here to Ogden and renaming it the Raptors, even though it was supposed to be the Trappers from the get-go. And we've been here ever since. And what is this, our 33rd year? So it was a remarkable story what the Trappers did. And a lot of people don't know, those who really know baseball will know, that the success of the Salt Lake Trappers was the precursor to the return of AAA baseball and what it is today. And now, hopefully, in a couple of years, possibly Major League Baseball. And if it wasn't for the success of these Dirty 2 Dozen, which is what we called ourselves, they'd probably still not be playing baseball. Now they got a beautiful big ballpark that seats 14,000 people in Salt Lake, and it's empty. So that's a story for another day, though, Art.
Absolutely. First pitch from Jose Ballista, called strike going into Garrett Ostrander. And should mention, we've popped the graphic up on the screen so far once tonight, but there is a live auction going on for those Trappers jerseys, as there was for the July 3rd jerseys. So if anyone wants to get their hands on one of those game-worn jerseys, the bidding is now live, as a swing and a miss makes it an 0-2 count for Ballista.
It is galabid.com/salt-lake-trappers.
Or if you're watching on HTN, you can scan the barcode on your screen right now.
Well, that makes more sense, doesn't it?
Is hit into opposite field for a fly ball. Out number one.
Why don't you tell me that in the first place?
Well, because it wasn't up on the screen yet. So, and also we have YouTube audio listeners who might want to get their hands on one.
There you go. All right. Well, so I'm not so stupid as I look.
No. It was great because I didn't know the QR code. I just was trying to get it on my phone to be able to read it off. So that was good.
The interesting thing about the Trappers and all, they won 4 championships in 7 years. And again, the entire league was affiliated except the Salt Lake Trappers. They were a bunch of refugees and a bunch of kids that were considered no good. And I look out at the field and I see 2 teams playing with the same chip on their shoulder, all with something to prove. That's going to be a base hit. Comebacker up the middle, went off the glove of Ballista, but he was not able to snag it. That should be a base hit. Give Jacob a little tap on the shoulder. And there they is. They're all looking at me, confirming that I was right. and you already know this, Arden. Even if they think I'm wrong, they still know I'm right.
They'll give you the nod.
They'll give you the nod. So the Trappers were a special thing, and we did some crazy things back in those days, things that you couldn't do today in the world we live in. Bill Murray was one of our owners, his brother Brian Doyle. They'd come into town. Sometimes they'd bring other people with them. Geddy Lee, the drummer, would come from Rush. He walked in the door one day with Huey Lewis and the News. They were coming through for a concert. Bill got them to the park. They sang the national anthem. And Bill put on the uniform and coached third base. And Huey Lewis put on a uniform and coached first base in cowboy boots. And it was just a riot. And then after every game, everybody went and hung out at Duffy's Tavern on Main Street.
The runner goes. This one, though, is fouled away, and so it will be Sam Canton retreating. So the probably most known part about the Trappers is that 29-game win streak, which also, a big number to begin with, 29. But what do you just remember about,
I remember insanity to sometimes how we won games. Sometimes it was stealing home in the bottom of the 9th inning. Jim Gilligan had a play called San Diego where if there's a runner at third and there's a ball 4, and especially if you have one of your weaker hitters coming to the plate, which that lineup didn't have any, he'd yell out San Diego as the batter's jogging to first, and he would just take off and keep going. The pitcher would panic. He'd throw it to second base. You'd steal home and get a free run. Squeeze plays to win games. The most notable game, though, was, I think, Game 17, 17 in a row, I believe it was. And we're in Pocatello playing the Giants affiliate. Rafael Landestoy was their manager, the former big leaguer.
Swing and a miss by Tyler Wyatt for strikeout.
See, by the way, if that kid gets another fastball to swing for the rest of the weekend, I'm going to send him home. He's suspect of the curveball, and we keep throwing him fastballs. Just make him fish. You could show the fastball, but don't give it anything to hit. Anyway, where was I? Game 17. So it's the bottom of the 7th inning, and I think Pocatello comes up, and they score 7 runs. And their announcer, the public address announcer, makes an announcement. And after 7 complete innings, it's now your Pocatello Giants 9, your Salt Lake Trappers 2. The streak is over.
Oh.
And their manager heard it and said, we're cooked. The Trappers went out in the top of the 8th and scored 9 and buried them, and they kept the streak going. But for your viewers, for our viewers and listeners on YouTube, it was a special team, that 87 team. And if you want to see more about it, go to...
Picked by Hank Dodson. The throw is not in time. I guess the throw is in time. The tag wasn't laid down in time.
On that, Hank had plenty of time after he picked it to set his feet. He kind of just threw that off balance. If he sets his feet and throws it on the base, he's out by 5 feet. So Hank's he's got to recognize that a little bit sooner. But that's all right. We got 2 outs. We make a good pitcher. We get out of the inning.
2 outs and a 1-2 count as well.
So where was I?
You were talking about the specialness of the team for our viewers.
So there was a documentary film that's been an award-winning film. It was actually the fan favorite at the Nashville Film Festival and a few others. It's playing on Amazon Prime and Apple TV. It's called The Streak. I don't know. If you don't have it, just buy it. It's a couple of bucks. You will really see what it's like at baseball at its finest. You know, no bonus babies, no high-end, no millionaires, just a bunch of guys grinding it out every day, making a difference.
2-2, swung on and miss as Ballista gets him chasing something inside, and that will end the inning with back-to-back strikeouts. But
all right, let's pay some bills, and then we'll come back.
Like Bag said, we'll pay some bills. We'll go to a break, and when we come back, it'll be the the bottom of the 5th inning on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Who's pitching?
3 wireless carriers.
Big corporate mobile. Our stock always goes up.
So do your prices. I'm out.
We're cheap.
Just like your coverage.
We're Red Pocket, your new ultimate cell carrier. Only we give you all 3. No price increases, 2-minute care, and all major networks for your best 5G coverage.
What's your ask?
$10.
You've got a deal. Switch to Red Pocket. Like me, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Dave Grant has proudly served the community for over 50 years. Getting what you need, where you need it, when you need it, encapsulates our mission to deliver reliable and timely service. Contact us at 801-394-1621 or at www.granttrucking.com.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locken, joined here by Dave Baggett, the owner of the Ogden Raptors and the former Salt Lake Trapper.
See, Gio he made his decision right there. He was going to swing at the first pitch no matter what. It was down in the zone. He swung over the top of it. Learson, I don't know who this kid is. He's doing a great job.
What's your opinion on swinging on the first pitch?
I got no problem with it if you recognize, right? I mean, if you step into the batter's box with your mind thinking it's a 2-0 count, you're looking for your pitch and your pitch only.
This one chopped up the middle. Ty Dooley unable to handle it, and it sneaks into the outfield. Gio Ferraro doesn't make any move to try to take second as there wasn't time. But he will have a leadoff single, and Ferraro.
Dooley can pick. He can cover some ground out there. He can pick a little bit too. Now Colson here needs to sit back and also, it's okay to look first pitch fastball. If you don't get your pitch to drive, then you let it go. If it's a ball, now you're sitting 1-0 and you've really got the count in your favor.
Colson Lawrence has not had his greatest series so far, as he is just 3 for 13.
I got to tell you an amusing Bill Murray story when we get a chance.
You can start it now. We can chat in and out of the game.
I want to watch Colson hit a home run. We're asking him to bunt here.
Lays down a nice bunt in front of home plate. Taking a little bit of time is Stengren, and Lawrence executes the bunt perfectly as Ferraro now stands on second with 1 out. It's interesting to have the man who has the 4th most home runs in the entire Pioneer League lay down a bunt. But he did it well.
Yes, it is.
Hey, but you know, right now in this lineup, I mean, you have 4 certified power hitters of Ferraro, Lawrence, Greco, and Stone.
Man,
so sometimes
you got Jordy too, who's got 12 bombs.
And Cole Jordan, who's up now, also on a 26-game hit streak.
And it's funny because he'll tell you he doesn't feel he's swinging the bat very well.
That one clip him?
Yeah, it grazed his elbow guard. You know, I used to be against batters wearing all the armor when they get in the batter's box. But now all the injury is on our workers' comp plan.
So you're okay
Armor
with it?
up, man. I can't afford to pay the claims. And I see if Sebastian could get something to pull down the line here.
Sebastian Greco just played in the first 2 games of this series. Didn't play last night. First
Good
pitch
take.
to him. Misses too low. He was 4 for 9 in those first 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, 4 for 9 and you sit for a day. Come on, Sebastian, turn on one.
It's largely kind of trying out Stone in that DH spot. As the pickoff throw to Gio Ferraro at second base. Doesn't catch him.
Yeah, Gio, everything's great about his game. He's not a fleet of foot, however. And it's okay to run with a piano on your back. Just don't stop and play it.
So now it's a 1-0 to Greco. Big cut.
Yeah, he dipped over the plate right there and he tied himself up. So you can see a great center field camera. The camera's moving a little bit, folks. It's a little bit windy out here. But if he hangs a curveball here, he will give it a ride.
1-1. Gio Ferraro on second. It's Jordan on first. Another big cut.
He's susceptible to pitch up in the zone. He's a low ball hitter. Bob Milwaukee, people don't know, you know, he's a former major league pitcher. I'm sure
Played
they have
8
a chart
seasons.
on him. This is a big at bat right here. We got to get on the board.
Runners on first and
I mean,
second.
we got 2 knocks in the whole game. We got to get something going here.
1-2 count on Sebastian Greco. Ferraro getting eyed down on second, and he swung on one that was a solid 12 inches, if not more, above the strike zone for strike 3.
Yeah, that's not a good 2-strike approach. Well, let's see if Hank can put us. I mean, again, Milwaukee, Evan, you tell hitters or pitchers all the time, you don't have to throw strikes to get outs. If you know the tendencies of the batters and their willingness to chase pitches, Greg Maddux made a career out of it. He never threw a strike. Neither did Tom Glavine.
First pitch to Dodson, and he was way ahead of the 80 mile an hour.
We're swinging at the first pitch a lot without recognizing location, which is why we've only got 2 hits, because you're putting yourself down in the count continuously.
0-1, Dodson behind. That one up for ball 1.
Yeah, it's okay to take a pitch, guys.
I will say that there has been a impressive amount of fight in this Trappers/Raptors team.
Yeah, absolutely.
With comebacks in the late innings.
They're the best offense in the league.
I'm a little bit surprised at the 2-0 score, as Learson will step off as Ferraro had his attention. This is the first and third best offense in the Pioneer League. And we've had 2 runs through, 5 and some change of innings. Or 4 and some change.
You throw strikes, you get outs.
Here comes the 1-1. That one almost clips Dodson.
Yeah, he tried to take that too.
The turn of your back to look like you're taking the pitch, actually moving your left shoulder closer to it is an art.
Yeah, some umpires won't give it to you either if it's obvious. Most of the umpires we don't like very much.
2-1 is fouled up to make it.
Deuces.
There we go.
That's not a bad hack, though. He took a good swing at that, just a little bit behind. Listen, it's at the bottom of the fifth. He's still got a little juice in the tank. He threw that one at 91. So your Dotson's the 8-hitter or 9? He's the 8-hitter.
8-hitter. Tyler Stone, the DH, is 9.
I mean, this is where you just go down the groove with fastballs because you don't want to go full. Yeah, there you go. 93. He reached back and got a little something extra.
So Dodson strikes out swinging, and the Trappers leave 2 stranded.
So Bill Murray's story.
Go for it.
There was one year, Bill has, I think, 4 children. He had one young one named Homer who came to the ballpark with him one year. And Homer liked hanging around with me, so he asked Dad if he could spend the night at Uncle Dave's house, which I'm just shrugging my shoulders going, I don't know how I became an uncle. And Bill said, yeah, what condition? He has to read a scripture. So he had his backpack full of his stuff, and Bill pointed out what scripture he needed Homer to read, and we went through it that night. And Bill, turns out, liked to read about every religion that he could possibly, think about. He read about the Muslim faith. He read about the Jewish faith. He read about the Catholic faith. He read about the Mormon faith, Buddhism, everything you name. He was well-versed on it. He could pretty much tell you passages and what the basic tenets for all of those faith-based religions are. So that was one thing people don't really realize about Bill, because he's what we see on TV. And quite frankly, to be honest, that's exactly who he is. After games, we'd go to Duffy's Tavern. He would tend bar. And I realized and every time he came to, whether it was the bar or a basketball, we always walked around the ballpark with a basketball. And I said, Bill, why do you have a basketball with you? He says, well, it gives me a little bit of distance between me and the person approaching me for an autograph or a conversation. And then he always said, look, if you ever become famous in the world, just keep moving. Once you stop walking, you're trapped. So, but he also, I'll tell you one more Bill Murray story. And him and Brian Doyle were in town. And a lot of people don't know this, but Bill will tell you he based his character on Caddyshack, Carl the groundskeeper, after the groundskeeper for the Trappers.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. I dispute it, but if you looked at the two, you would realize they dressed exactly the same. And this was Tennessee Tommy Hassett from Brockton, Massachusetts, and just an off-color dude. So Tommy is driving a 1967 rusted-out Toyota Corolla, and the entire back seat must have hundreds of empty beer cans in it. That's up the middle for a base hit.
Exactly as Bad said. Stengren goes right back up the middle with it.
That should get some action going in the bullpen because we can't give up anymore. By the way, we're 14-11 at home, and of the 11 losses that we've taken at home, I've been here for 8 of them. So I think I'm the problem. Anyway, back. So Bill and Brian Doyle were in town. Brian Doyle, Murray's brother, if you most famously know, he was in charge of the caddies in the movie Caddyshack. He also co-wrote the movie. And Brian Doyle was also Nick Shirley, who plays Clark Griswold's boss in the movie Christmas Vacation, who also wrote the movie. They come down to the ballpark. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. They said, Tommy, we need your car. We're going to go to Glendale and play golf. And Tommy's going, I'm not letting you have my car. Jeez.
That one's going to be pulled through the gap of first and second base for a base hit. And the first 2 runners of the inning are on for the Idaho Falls Chukars.
Let's get the pen going, folks. I don't like how we do this. I never have. We should have a guy throwing the ball, but we've got to do our plyometrics and our stretching first, and it just wastes time.
There's about 2 guys getting warm, but as Bag said, it's without a ball right now.
Yeah, it's just, there you go. Call time. Let's get going. Anyway, so Again, Tommy's got the rusted out 1967 Toyota Corolla. Said, Tommy, we need your car. We're going to go play golf. He said, I'm not giving you my car. I'm not going to let somebody like you drive this, as Tommy would call it, a POS. He says, you know what? If you let us take your car, we'll bring you back a new one. How's that?
It's quite a deal.
So Tommy says, here's the keys. They're gone all day. And they don't show up till like 7:30. Game starts at 7. And they bought him a new car.
Wow.
They bought him a rusted out 1968 AMC Gremlin. And they put all the empty beer cans that were in the other car back in the new car. And you should have seen how Tommy went from smiling to depression in about 5 seconds.
It's an impressive amount of effort. A popped-up bunt is handled by Jose Ballista. Everyone returns to their base.
I like the athletic move by Jose getting off the mound there. We still don't have anybody throw.
But there was some serious speed off the mound by Ballista. You've got Nolan Ficklin, and it looks like, I believe, Carson Kelly, both getting warm in the pen.
Yeah, this isn't an Ogden thing. Every team in baseball does this in their bullpen. These kids are taught about plyo, and it drives me nuts.
So it's one out, this one on the ground, handled by Wilkinson, and he'll go to tag first base himself. The runners advance 90 feet.
Get your head around, Dylan. Did you see that? He tagged the base, and then he kept looking like, I almost thought he might have thought it was 3 outs. He didn't turn around and react very quickly.
Oh.
Watch this. Let's see. Oh, okay. I think I'll just turn it.
Oh, it was a slow turn. It was a slow turn by D. Will. Dylan Wilkinson has subbed in for Sebastian Greco, by the way. That happened at the beginning of this inning.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's right.
I'm on.
Now, the important thing here is Dewey's a good hitter, right? Don't give him anything good to hit. If you're going to get him out, make him chase. You've got an open base. Don't give him something to drive in 2 runs right here. Make him chase. Throw him changeups.
1-0 pitch catches the bottom part of the zone for called strike 1.
That's 85, so that's a fastball. That's about all Jose's got in the tank. I don't care if you can locate. We got any text people here?
None. We had a little bit earlier as I was asking everyone on the text line what jersey they wanted. But if you want to talk to Bags or myself, let us know what you're thinking. It's 385-240-1121.
I like the banter, man. Send us photos, man. Let's see what you got going on where you are.
Send
You're
them in.
sitting on the back patio having a toddy watching the game. That'd be awesome.
2-1 is grounded into the gap between third and shortstop. Coming around to score is the lead runner, Stengren. The play at the plate is also not in time for Parker Lester, and 2 more runs score, and the Chukars lead it by 4.
Again, a case where there's an open base. Where was that pitch? Well, I got to give Dewey credit. That pitch was about 3 inches outside. He just poked at the left field. I can't really put that on Jose because it wasn't a strike. But again, you have an open base. So now we're down 4. It's hard, even with the league's #1 offense, it's hard to chase, run uphill night after night.
Did manage it last night a little bit. They trailed 2-0 at one point during that game, but never by 4. First pitch is a ball to Garrett Ostrander.
And I won't be here tomorrow night, so
team might
we'll
win.
Probably put up a 20 spot. Dewey's prone to go here.
This next pitch grounded. Chase Valentine handles it and flips it over to Jordan at second for the third out of the inning.
I'm going to stay for one more at bat.
I like it. We need to see if the text line gets going for us, but it is 4-0 in favor of the Idaho Falls Chukars
let's stay here.
Oh,
we're
staying
Oak Ridge
in
today.
I did play Oak Ridge today.
How'd you do? Oak Ridge is where the 2026 Utah Women's State Amateur is going to. When is that tournament?
It starts on Monday, so I'm going to be spending quite a lot of time in Ogden. The second that we're done on Sunday, I'm really locking into golf mode. So I've got about 24 hours to lock in, 12 hours.
Is there any way we can get a camera on this shot? That's Sean Persky, the Boise manager who got thrown out of a game and he brought the garbage can out.
I saw that on TikTok.
There it is. Who sent this?
Let's see. Can we get the glare better on this?
There you go. That's pretty cool.
That's not bad if you see it on the broadcast booth cam.
Yeah, that's the broadcast manager. Whoever sent that in, thank you very much. I know it wasn't Sean because they're playing right now. Uh-oh. What did I do?
Dave Baggett is having trouble with the technology.
Well, these electronic contraptions.
Actually, that's fair on your part. I don't really know what. Oh, there we go. I fixed it.
No, you didn't. Where's the picture?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you wanted back to the picture.
No, I don't want. I mean, that was the last text. So
There we go. That was the
said it.
last text. A pretty nice crowd here at Lindquist Field on this Friday night. A little breezy, not as hot. Plenty of fans enjoying the numerous Pepsi beverages offered throughout Lindquist Field.
Did you show a shout out to the Carmine's host family?
Well, as that was from September 7th in 2025, I actually wasn't working here yet.
Hey, nobody likes a wise ass.
But shout out to Carmine's host family of 2025 from his family.
Ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
yeah, that's coming in from Carmine's family. That picture of Sean Persky.
Yeah. Lane family. Jesus, what a Weisenheimer. All right, come on, Tyler. Let's get something going. We're down a quad here. That's a strike. That caught the edge. See, Larson, I think, is if you were tracking how many first pitch strikes he's thrown to batters, he's probably.
This one is hit into right field, and that'll go down as a leadoff base hit for Tyler Stone, his first of the night.
Well, and the third of the game for the entire team, so that's nice to get out of the 9-hole, get some production. I'm getting a message from a David.
A David Locke?
Who said, I left a message about golf. I think the week of July 27th. We can't play the country club, David. They got the golf course tied up for the Utah Championship and the Corn Ferry Tour. So
you'll have to come up to Park Meadows.
We have to. Yeah, I'd love that. We have to play. We have to play reciprocals of memberships of other clubs. The last day we can play at the country club is the 23rd. Then we got to clear our lockers out till the end of the tournament because they let the players take it over. I don't. They're only taking half lockers. I'm not a half locker kind of guy. I have a full locker.
0-2 count to Chase Valentine, who is over 2 on the
love
night.
this Larson guy. He's just pumping strike after strike after strike. So anyway, tell me, we got to talk a little bit more about Oak Ridge, how it sets up for your game.
If you're wondering, because I was tracking first pitch strikes, this is the 8th batter that has been a first pitch strike.
Of the whole night?
For Learson. Well, he hasn't faced that many.
How many? Where we got?
We're in the top of the lineup. This is the third time through. So
Yeah.
he's faced, this is his 12th batter.
Okay.
Right? Or, no, that's terrible math.
So it's 19th batter.
I went 8 times. I went 8 times something.
Yeah, you never fell for any of that book learning.
No.
That's why you're at the University of Nebraska.
N is for knowledge, we say at Nebraska.
I don't think you say it. I bet the Oklahoma fans say it.
No, we say it about ourselves. There's a level of awareness there in Nebraska that I think we maintain. Here comes the 1-2, and it's fouled
What
away.
is the biggest mountain they have in Nebraska?
The top of Memorial Stadium's pretty high. You know, when you get up high in the upper row of the stadium, you can see the whole state. It's pretty electric. No, Oak Ridge is great. The greens are rolling very pure. It's a great match play course because it's got a lot of risk and reward on the par 5s as
Good
the
take.
1-2 misses outside. So I think it'll be fun because all the par 5s are reachable. We're playing at about 6,200 yards, I believe, which is decent yardage for women. That's about what we play.
And you are the defending champion, folks. So
I am. Here comes the 2-2, and that's
are
inside.
we wearing any Raptor hats during the tournament, or do you got
That was the
wear,
plan.
like, sponsor stuff?
No, I mean, I'm not sponsored. The
Well, you
Raptors are the
now.
only person
we're
paying
we're
me
sponsoring
recently.
you.
So I am rocking an Ogden Raptors hat.
We'll get you some swag, and I'll give you $50 in NIL money.
I love it. I'm all for it. Yeah, I'll be repping the Raptors for sure. I even played there today with 2 very nice members, and I told them about the Ogden Raptors and said if they ever wanted to come, I'd give them tickets.
From Oak Ridge boys?
Yeah.
Forget it. I don't want those people on my golf course.
Oh, they were nice, and they were women.
All right.
This one is fouled up the third base line as Chase Valentine stays alive.
Well, we're not allowed to, differentiate, but I'll let that one go.
But okay, we got asked.
What'd you shoot?
I think I shot 78.
All right.
It was fine. It was a practice round. I was hitting a couple extra balls, getting a feel for things.
We call those resort mulligans.
Exactly. So
We
not.
also, our group we play with, we have what's called a traveling mulligan. You know what that is?
Mm-mm.
You don't get a breakfast ball, but you do get one mulligan you can use anywhere during the game.
Oh, I like it.
But here's the deal. If you use your mulligan and you don't think you've improved your play, you can play the first one and save the mulligan.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah. So today I was on 17, and I still had my traveling mulligan, and I was 20 feet, a little bit below the hole, left to right putt uphill. And I said, if I miss this, I'm gonna play the mulligan. And I made the putt, and then I forgot I still had it at 18 and bogeyed the hole. Like a schmuck,
no.
And shot 75.
Call it a 74. The 3-2 is fouled away.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Valentine continues to fight. We've got a question from the text line from Tyler Gannis's family. Not this one yet. Was what golf ball do you play, Bags, and what do I play?
I play the Callaway Super Soft.
I'm currently playing a Pro V1X, but I'm a retired college athlete who is not getting balls for free, as this one is
Get in there.
tapped.
Get in there.
Ty Dooley outstretched arm, and the no play is made at any base. Everyone's safe.
That is a base hit. Here's a question for Bags. Has he ever thought about going back into managing? Actually, I have. I just thought I've done this for 42 years. I've managed. I've done all of it. I just don't like the idea of getting on a bus and traveling at my age. It'd be fun. I've been told this year, maybe just do one game just for have fun. Make sure the season's not, in play. Whether we clinch a spot early or we're out of the playoff hunt, maybe take a game and see what happens. It'd be fun to put the uniboard back on, but at 66 years of age, you've got to have the disposition, not only mentally but physically, to manage a full season. I mean, we're playing in parts of 5 months of the year. That's almost half the year. In a state that has bad weather 4 months a year as far as cold. But I'd love to. My brain thinks I could still do it, but my ego thinks I could still do it, but my brain is keeping me from doing it. But that's a great question, and thanks for thinking I should do it.
This one by Carmine Lane.
Triple play. That's a triple play.
It is a triple play. So a line drive to the second baseman. Ostrogen was caught. Everyone took off. They turned the second out over at second and then the third out over at first.
What happened was a line drive off the pitcher's glove that deflected over to the second baseman who caught it, tagged second. He could have done that unassistedly, by the way.
You think that would have been the first unassisted triple play?
No, I've seen it at the major league level.
Is it just everyone kind of gives up like that?
Yeah.
What we just saw? So a triple play to end the inning. That's one I've never put in my book before. And it is still the Idaho Falls Chukars leading at 4-0 as we head in to the top of the seventh. Bags, going to break. You staying here?
I've got to find another spot because clearly wherever I sit, we don't have a good spot. Again, folks, go to Amazon Prime, go to Apple TV, watch the streak. You'll really enjoy it.
We got Kurt Bavacqua saying he's going to match your 50 for your NIL deal.
Oh, nice. So we doubled our money.
Oh, too good.
Actually, if you need help in that area for your whatever you do, I don't know if you're not allowed to take it, are you? Oh, you could take money.
Well,
now.
I'm not an athlete anymore, so I can take whatever you want to give me.
You're not going back to Nebraska.
I'm going back to Nebraska as a student, just getting my master's.
So your eligibility is done.
My eligibility is not done. My desire to be a D1 athlete is done.
Oh, okay. So you've decided you're just not going to play.
Yes, yeah. I've really been liking what I'm doing right now. It's been an absolute joy to be the broadcaster of the Ogden Raptors and want to put all my focus into that area.
So I tell you what, though, man, if you come back to me and say I'm the reason you quit playing golf, I'll put a nail between your
ribs. You're not the reason. The stress and grind and absolute taking over of your life that college athletics does was great for 3 years.
Waking up at 5:30, hitting balls, lifting weights, it's brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like they were talking about going to permanent daylight savings time. I'm all for it on one condition, that we start school later in the morning. Because when it's, we're here in Utah, I don't know where it is, wherever else you folks live. If you're living somewhere where it doesn't get sun up until 8:30, 8:45 in the morning, kids are going to get picked off in the crosswalks in the morning. And that I'm not, so I think, in my opinion, I think school should be 9 to 4 at all levels. And especially that extra hour and a half of sleep that a high school student athlete could get would be massively positive. Not only on their mental capacity, but their physical capacity as well. And I think they would be better students if they get better rested. You're asking these students to represent your school, and they're staying up playing football, basketball, soccer, what it is. They don't get to bed to midnight, and they got to wake up at 5 in the morning. It's crazy.
No, it's quite a schedule. And I will say, not that this is about me at all, it's about the baseball game, but enjoyed my 3 years greatly. Very thankful for all of them. It was a great experience.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to do a fourth.
By the way, folks, maybe I should run for the local school district education.
Heck with managerial duties, as this one is lifted into left field. Settling under it is Gio Ferraro, moving over to his right slightly, and it's caught for the first out of the inning. Also, Carson Kelly has come in to pitch, the left-hander for the the Salt Lake Trappers.
The left-handed sidewinder.
Yes.
And again, this is, when you have a change like that, it gives the batters a different look, and they have to make the adjustment. So again, first pitch strikes. I don't know how many Jose threw.
This one lined up the middle. Chase Valentine handles it after one hop and gives it over to Wilkinson for the second out.
Did you happen to notice the replay on that? Chafe was moving to his left before the pitch was contacted. Watch this. Gone.
That's a great read.
His body language is already now. It didn't look like he was, but his weight was already leaning to the center field side, because when a pitcher hits location, it allows your defense to make the proper move in conjunction with it.
First pitch strike. A lot of east-west movement on that from the sidearm delivery.
Oh, he's all and elbows, man. The older generation knows that phrase. You don't.
It's probably for the best.
Just stay away from the chili.
Here comes the 0-1 outside for ball one.
Your dad texted in again.
Oh, goodness. My dad's not using the text line. He's using the Dave Baggett line.
Then he said, then we will play PMCC. I'm in.
Park Meadows, come up. 1-1. That one's outside as well.
So that's your home course, right?
It's my home course up in Park
Dad's
City.
home course?
Yeah, well, it's just my home course because it's Dad's home course. I'm not paying the dues.
Do I get strokes playing on his home turf? I'm the road team.
I would assume so. This one, a fly ball. Wilkinson lets it, or not Wilkinson, excuse me. Sincato lets it drop in front of him. It bounces off his knee. Taking second now is Trimble, and the tag's not in time. Kurt Bavacqua has sent in a send me your Venmo.
I don't have a Venmo.
You don't have a Venmo? Are you just a cash guy?
Yeah. I'm surprised. Kurt and I are about the same age. He's got Venmo. What's the matter with me? Hell, I still write checks every month when I pay my bills.
I love Venmo. That's how I do almost every transaction. One of our photographers was going to
carry cash at all?
I have like 20 in my car in case I run out of gas and don't have a card or something. But besides that, no.
You younger generation, you kids, I'll tell you what, youth is wasted on the young.
Do I still count in that?
Yeah, you're young.
Okay. I don't feel like I'm youth, though. It was the 0-1.
You're 21 years old.
On the ground, Chase Valentine bubble
all right,
pumps
one more at bat. I got to get some runs for us here.
I like it.
Let's stay on the air. Hell,
let's. We're going to be running the longest ad breaks you've ever seen.
So you haven't even started your life yet.
I've been an adult for 3 years, technically.
Yeah,
my driver's license is still vertical, if that tells you anything.
Did they have vertical driver's licenses?
When you're under 21, it's vertical.
I had no idea.
Oh, did you just have a fake the whole time?
No, I grew up in California. They didn't have vertical driver's license.
Yeah, look, vertical ID.
I spent 6 years not even in California.
Don't turn on the camera right now. We can't show my ID to the world.
No, I didn't. Look at the quaff on you in this one. That is some kind of shag you're sporting there.
You refer to my hair at 16?
No, I'm not making fun of it. It looks good on you.
No, it was long. Yeah, still a 16-year-old with a vertical ID.
Under 21 until 2026. I won't give the birth date.
Well, it already passed.
I know, but still you don't want psychopaths on listening knowing your birthday.
I want everyone to wish me a happy birthday.
We had a radio announcer years ago, had a great scam going up here. He would tell the listeners what he was short on. You know, hey, we just came off the road. I'm out of underwear, and the people would bring him underwear.
Wow.
I sure wish they had donuts here in the press box. Next night there's donuts. And I finally had to let him go because he actually one night said he was short on cash and people wanted to give him money.
Well, yeah, that's a little too much.
Yeah, so it was time to go.
A little too much, but.
So it'd be nice to chase Mr. Weirson out of the game. I don't think he's going into the 7th inning, and I don't think his pitch count has reached 90 yet, has it?
Well, it says 11 on our scoreboard, so that's not right.
Kelly, so that's,
oh, you're right.
They
You're
haven't
right.
turned that over. So let's now. This guy, if he throws the first pitch, we got to start making him work a little bit. There you go. So you got to get that pitch count up. I can't tell what's on the scoreboard. It looks like 70. I think the scoreboard says 81.
Stancato pulls this one to right field, and that'll go down as a leadoff base hit. 5th hit of the night for the Trappers.
Yeah, and 5 runs. So why do they have 5 hits and 4 runs versus our 0 and 5? Situational defense.
Well, we've also given up 2 walks.
Play. What's that?
It's also been 2 walks on our end.
Learson's walked 2.
Learson's walked. No, Learson. Well, I guess yeah, 3 bases technically. He hit 1.
Yeah, so he's done a great job. I got to figure out how to work a trade for him.
First pitch to Ferraro is down the middle for called strike 1.
And he's thrown with such a relaxed arm motion that he's got plenty of reserves in the tank.
It's relaxed though, but also with, he reached up to 93 a couple innings ago.
He drew back and got one, yeah.
So now it's an 0-1. And that one 90 miles an hour into the strike zone for a called strike 2. Trappers were preparing for some velo and BP as Evan Parker standing pretty close. We'll just fire it in there and get their eyes used to it. So here comes the 0-2 pitch.
See ya.
And that one caught the top right side of the zone. We're going to get a red pocket mobile strike zone challenge from Gio Ferraro. And it is confirmed a strike, so a 3-pitch strikeout in which Gio watched all 3 of them. Sends him back to the dugout.
I mean, either swing it or hang a coat on it, guys. Let's go.
And that is now the 6th strikeout of the night for Learson.
Which, for the Pioneer League, is a low number of strikeouts for an offense. So we're putting the ball in play. We're hitting a lot of atom balls. But he just threw 3 fastballs there.
Colson Lawrence swings at the first pitch. Fastball that was going to be in the strike zone. I mean, you see yesterday, the scouting was clearly done on Nico Saltzformaggio because the Chukars just came out swinging at every first pitch, ready for it.
Yeah.
Would you like to see the Trappers applying a little bit more of that, or was there not enough selection?
Late in the game now, you got to be a little bit more disciplined at the plate, not to chase. And again, I think he's at 87 pitches. I don't know why the scoreboard is different than the video screen there, but we got to get his pitch count driven up. So we're going to have to. You're going to swing at strikes, but don't chase pitches. He swung out of his shoes there. And Colson sometimes has a tendency where that front shoulder will fly. When he thinks about right center field is where he hits bombs.
1-2 count on Colson Lawrence. It's still Stancato on first. Trappers are scoreless through 6.5. He hits this one into center field. Going back on it is Tyler White. He settles at the warning track to make the catch.
The wind kept that in.
Also, we haven't had a long ball tonight, and that is largely because of that wind coming in. It's about 13 miles an hour, gusting above 20,
He got
basically
that
straight
off
in.
the end, though, too. That was only 92 off the bat. Oh, excuse me, 104. The pitch was 92. 104 off the bat. It keeps it in the yard, not even close to the warning track. So I thought that might get us something here. Now Cole's got to see if we can.
First pitch.
And listen, he's just pumping strikes, man. Tip your hat.
Cole Jordan in the latter half of this game, 7th inning, he needs a hit to extend his hit streak. He's got 26 in a row.
Larson's thinking, I'm going 9 because I can't give this game to the bullpen. No offense. I mean, look what happened last night.
The bullpen has been a Bit of an Achilles heel for the Idaho Falls Chukars.
Bob Gibson used to say it. I'm going 9 innings because I'm not going to let somebody blow the work I put into this thing.
A softly hit fly ball goes into center field, and Tyler Wyatt gets on his horse and makes the play.
I'm done.
To leave a runner stranded.
One last thing here from David Locke.
He said you can get strokes from
Arden, but you're going to give me a bushel of strokes. Well, at our age, Dave, the goal in life is to get through the day without having any strokes. So we'll see you soon. Arden's doing a great job. You and your missus raised a good one, as far as you know. And we'll see you soon.
Appreciate it. We're going to go to a quick break and be back on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Who's pitching?
3 wireless carriers.
Big corporate mobile. Our stock always goes up.
So do your prices. I'm out.
We're cheap.
Just like your coverage.
We're Red Pocket, your new ultimate cell carrier. Only we give you all 3. No price increases, 2-minute care, and all major networks for your best 5G coverage.
What's your ask?
$10?
You've got a deal. Switch to Red Pocket. Like me, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Don't be a bench warmer. Call the insurance center so that you can get on the field and have a good time and get your insurance done properly. Go Raptors!
Welcome back to Lindquist Field. In baseball, it's all about making the right call. With Red Pocket Mobile, you can choose from 3 major 5G networks, so you can pick the signal that works best for you. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier. And we are back here. Arden Locke on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. It is the Chukars leading the Trappers 4-0 with just 2 innings to play. Carson Kelly continues his work out on the mound. First pitch is too low, 4-1. Carson Kelly came in last inning, gave up a leadoff hit, but then struck out 1 and got the next 2 outs from his defense. But once again, leadoff man is on in the form of Parker Lester. So first runner is on. The Chukars leading it by 4. It's not been an explosive night from a hitting perspective. Only 4 runs between the 2 teams and 11 hits across the 2 of them. But it's just been the Idaho Falls Chukars defense really shutting down the Trappers. Pickoff throw to first base sends Parker Lester scurrying back, but he gets there safely. Dylan Wilkinson shading his eyes over on first base with his glove. The sun's still a pretty big factor for anyone on the right side of the field from a looker's perspective. Here comes the pitch, is flied into deep right field. Dylan Wilkinson at the warning track settles under it to make the play and throws it back into the infield to make sure that Lester has to go back to first base. So far, Carson Kelly has induced 2 flyouts, 2 groundouts. He's allowed 2 hits. But it is Jose Ballista who is responsible for all 4 of the runs that are on the scoreboard right now. So now it's DeMarcus Smiley coming up to bat. Smiley wears goggles as he plays. Don't see a lot of that, although there was a pitcher for the Raptors for some of the season. I don't think he's still with the team who did wear glasses when he pitched. Pickoff throw to first base is not in time, but keeps Lester honest. Not as hot of a day at Lindquist Field here tonight, but fans still enjoying plenty of Pepsi beverages throughout the stadium, despite not needing to quench their thirst as much. 6, not looking over to 4, and just getting the out over to Dylan Wilkinson at first base is Chase Valentine. Looked like that might be a good double play ball, but Parker Lester got a good jump off first base, and the ball just took some odd bounces to not really make its way very quickly to Chase Valentine. He checked over to Cole Jordan at second base, but then decided better of it. And now 2 outs on the inning. Rolling over back to the top of the batting lineup with Ty Dooley, who's had a great night tonight. He's 3 for 4 with 3 singles. First pitch to him, right down the middle for a called strike 1. Off speed is what got Ty Dooley a little bit confused because location-wise, that one was middle. 0-1, 2 outs. The Chukars and Ty Dooley leading this one by 4. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one misses a bit inside. Carson Kelly is a newer addition to the Ogden Raptors. This is his 7th appearance on the season. He has a 1-0 record to go along with a 9.0 ERA. The 1-1 pitch is hit in the gap between Valentine and Lane at third and shortstop. Gio Ferraro was make the throw into home. Hank Dodson has the ball, and they make the tag at home plate on Parker Lester to end the inning. The Salt Lake Trappers still have some fight in them. They keep their deficit just 4 as we head into the bottom of the 8th inning after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
GCB Computers. Refurbished, reliable, and ready to go. The computer you need at the price you can afford.
Windward Electric is the foremost commercial and industrial electrical contractor in the Intermountain West. We value relationships as we strive to provide exceptional experiences for our clients. Call 801-648-7270 for a quote or visit windwardelectric.com today.
Kier has evolved into a diversified general contractor with experience in commercial construction. Hundreds of projects throughout the Intermountain West attest to Kier's wide range of expertise in design and build. Kier Construction invites you to experience the difference. Call us at 801-627-1414.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. And if any of you guys want to get involved, make sure that enjoying a ball game at Lindquist Field, you can go check out the Raptors souvenir stand, whether it be official player game caps, jerseys, and golf shirts and t-shirts, or novelties. The Raptors have everything to make up your fan support. They are located in the lower concourse and also offer lower ladies designs. For all your Raptor fans across the globe, you can go to ogdenraptors.com and you can find all the Raptors merchandise there at the ballpark. So come be part of the Raptors family and rep the Raptors in any way that you can. Dylan Wilkinson up to bat now. An 0-1 pitch is fouled away, and he's behind 0-2. Wilkinson, our poster boy for the jersey auction that is going on tonight. That jersey auction is closing in about 70 minutes at 9:30. So all of the jerseys that are being worn right now as the 0-2 misses outside are up for auction. The game-worn Salt Lake Trappers jerseys, you can go bid on them. A lot of exciting stuff. The 1-2 is batted away from a defensive standpoint, as that was a solely defensive swing from Dylan Wilkinson, and it's the 1-2 over again. So a 1-2 to Dylan Wilkinson, who stands away from the box to collect himself slightly and now steps back in. This is Wilkinson's first at-bat of the night, and this one is grounded to Lester over at first. He'll take it himself, and it's a foot race that he wins between Wilkinson and himself for the first out of the inning. The Trappers need to get something going. Running out of time as it's 4-0 still in favor of the Idaho Falls Chukars. Unsurprising that it's been a low-scoring game as the wind continues to whip in from center field, but you'd expect even from these two teams with the best offense and the third best offense in the league to be producing more than 4 runs and 12 hits combined. First pitch is swung on by Hank Dodson and not connected with for strike 1. Dodson 0 for 2 on the night. This one, though, he connects with nicely right back up the middle, and that will be fielded by the center fielder, Tyler Wyatt. But Dylan Wilkinson will stand on first base after that single base knock. So a runner on with just one out for the Salt Lake Trappers, and you've got your DH, Tyler Stone, with a lot of power, and then Valentine and Lane due up after that. The wind just continuing to pick up. Papers flapping around us here in the GCB Computers broadcast booth. First pitch to Stone, misses a bit inside. Josh Learson is still the man out on the mound. I think he's up to maybe 119 pitches now, if my eyes don't deceive me. The 1-0 hit hard by Tyler Stone into right field, but Tyler Wyatt gets a good read on it and catches it just shy of the warning track for the second out of the inning. So a fly out to center field, gets the second out, and now Hank Dodson is trying to avoid being the third base runner for the Ogden Raptors, or excuse me, the Salt Lake Trappers to get stranded. Noise meter trying to get all the fans fired up here at Lindquist Field. Their vocal cords aptly hydrated from all the Pepsi drinks. Chase Valentine fouls this one towards the dugout for strike one. Hank Dodson with about a 15-foot lead off of first base. And here comes the 0-1 pitch to Valentine. That one misses upstairs for ball one. Valentine tonight is 1 for 3. Picked up his first hit of the night back in the 6th inning, was then part of the triple play that Carmine Lane grounded into. Two-one count. Chase Valentine coming off of a 5 for 5 night last night with a double and 2 home runs. He batted in 5 runs, scored 4 himself. Not quite the same player tonight, but his team just needs a little bit of a spark from him to put up anything besides a 0 on the scoreboard. He fouls the 2-1 off to make it deuces. Trappers won last night 8-6, trying to stay undefeated in the Salt Lake Trappers jerseys. Here comes the 2-2. It's just barely fouled back, and it goes into Stengren's inner thigh, and he'll pop up and walk it off a little bit. Drew Stengren just showing the battle that catchers go through back behind the plate on a day-to-day basis. I've been thinking about it a lot, of just the wear and tear that must go on a catcher's body specifically. I mean, obviously, for the Trappers, you have Dodson and Lane and Wilkinson kind of rotating around, but it's just been Stengren all series long right now, and just there's no time off. And the 2-2 gets into the strike zone, cutting in from inside of Chase Valentine for a called strike 3, and Valentine has struck out for the second time tonight. The side is retired, 1 runner left stranded, and going into the top of the 9th inning, it's Idaho Falls Chukars 4, Salt Lake Trappers 0.
I had a couple of friends that have come here, and they said that the education from the instructors was just really great. It was kind of between Davis Tech and here, and I decided to pick here because of the instructors. I've always loved hair, nail, and skin and all of those things, so I just thought it was a perfect career opportunity to be able to make my own schedule and do what I love. I really love doing men's haircuts, so that's probably my favorite. That, and then just coloring's fun because you get to experiment and kind of create new things, which is always fun. It's fun because they're like our instructors and they teach us lots, but they've always become like our friends, and they're always like motivating us to do new things and challenging us, and like really care about us individually and like what's going on in our lives at home, what's going on in our life at school, and they're just very compassionate towards us. I would say 100% do it, even if you're kind of on the edge, because you meet a lot of new friends, you make great relationships, and then it's just fun. You learn a lot of like life skills as well, which is great, but it's just overall a great program. I'm Callie Rasmussen, and I'm a cosmetology student here at OTEC.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. New pitcher coming in for the Salt Lake Trappers. And also on your screen, as the viewers can see it on HTN, that is the QR code that you can scan for any of those Trappers jerseys. The auction closing in almost exactly an hour. Kyle Lewis is the new pitcher for the Trappers. Lewis, the man who has the most appearances of anyone on this Trappers team. On the season, he works a 7.01 ERA, and this is his 27th appearance. He's appeared in over half the team's games. They've played 51 games. This is number 52. His first pitch is taken to left field. Gio Ferraro retreats to the warning track and settles under it. Ferraro didn't quite read that one right initially as he turned to go over his left shoulder and then had to open his shoulders back up and go the other direction, but he handled it ultimately. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Kyle Lewis so far. Trying to make sure that the Trappers have not just, but no more than a 4-run deficit to overcome. Can't really put just, as that's quite a lot in an inning. First pitch misses outside to Sam Canton. The Chukars, the team that had the second to worst record, as Canton lifts this one into shortstop territory. Valentine calls everyone off as he sidesteps to his right, and he catches the pop-up for the second out of the inning. So as I was saying, the Chukars had the second worst record in the entire Pioneer League in the first half of the season at a unimpressive 15-33. They lost they had lost their last 4 games coming into this series. But their pitching staff especially has just looked like a different beast in this series. The first pitch from Kyle Lewis is a called strike. They were always a good offensive team. They were the 3rd best offense in the first half of the season, but their pitching staff was the worst in the entire Pioneer League. Here comes the 0-1 from Lewis. Swung on and missed by Tyler Wyatt. And now an 0-2 count. Lewis looking to go 1-2-3 in the inning and give his Trappers a chance to come back. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's on the ground. Carmine Lane lays out for it, but is unable to glove it at third base, and that'll go down as a base hit. So Lewis unable to quite go 1-2-3, but all of that can be atoned for with just a few good pitches. First pitch, a called strike coming into Justin Trimble. Trimble on the day so far is 1 for 3. He struck out twice. And he also knocked a double back in the 7th inning. 0-1 with a runner on first, 2 outs. Lewis's next pitch misses way outside. So a 1-1 count now to Trimble. Trimble with the most strikeouts of anyone on the team, and he's already had 8 in this series. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. He grounds this one over to Cole Jordan, who handles it after a few hops and gives it over to Wilkinson for the 3rd out of the inning to retire the side and give the Trappers one last chance to come back from a 4-run deficit in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's going to be Josh Learson on the mound going for the full 9 after we come back from this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
LWE has become an industry leader and performed new construction and retrofit work to companies in several industries. LWE is located in northern Utah and has performed work throughout the western United States. We can be reached at 801-621-3220.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network, where here in the bottom of the ninth inning, Carmine Lane is looking to lead off this offense and get a minimum 4-run rally going, as that's what they need to force the knockout round. He flies the first pitch into center field. Tyler Wyatt coming in on it and calling everyone off. And one pitch, one out for Josh Learson, who's looking to go a complete game. This is his ninth inning of work. The Ogden Raptors have not scored less than 2 runs in a game this season. They have never been shut out through 51 games. Their lowest total of runs this season came on May 27th against the Missoula Paddleheads. They scored 2 runs in that one, as that pitch is a called strike in the bottom right side of the zone. Kyler Stancato is challenging. Red Pocket Mobile strike zone challenge. And the pitch, is confirmed a strike. So this has been the worst offensive night by far for the Trappers. Stancato does pull this one up the gap between first and second base for a base knock. Kyler Stancato, decent night for him. He's gone 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. And Gio Ferraro will come up now, also having a good night, going 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Gio Ferraro, he has power. He hit 4 home runs in the span of 2 games. But the Ogden Raptors / the Salt Lake Trappers would need those 2 runs and then 2 more. This year, the Trappers' least amount of hits in a game was 4. As Ferraro hits this one into right field, moving back on it is Sam Canton, and he makes the catch slightly illuminated by the sun for out number 2. So as I said, it was back on May 23rd against the Boise Hawks in that first series. The Trappers only had 4 hits, but then since then, their lowest total of hits has been 7, which is where they sit right now. So a lot of lowest totals ever right now for the Trappers as Colson Lawrence comes in to try to keep his team's hopes alive. First pitch is a ball. Lawrence tonight 0 for 3. Not a great night. He grounded into a double play back in the second inning. He bunted out in the 5th inning, so can't really use that one against him, but then also flew out to center field his last time up. 2-0 count in his favor now, however. Trappers 0, Idaho Falls 4. Trappers trying to avoid being shut out. Josh Learson looking for a complete game. And we'll get defensive indifference as Stancato takes second, and the 3rd ball of the at-bat gets thrown in. It's been quite a comeback for Josh Learson, who, if you remember, as I mentioned earlier in this game, his last outing was just a 5 1/3 long outing where he gave up 9 runs and gave up 2 home runs, striking out just 1 batter. Tonight he struck out 7 and has gone the distance thus far. The 2-1 pitch misses to make it a 3-1 count. The Trappers down to their last out to try to make a comeback. Here comes a 3-1, and it's pulled into left field, and the line drive is caught in left field by Casey Vaughn, who just subbed in at the beginning of this inning. And that will be the win for the Idaho Falls Chukars. Josh Learson goes the distance. 9 innings in just under 100 pitches, possibly, it looks like. But the Idaho Falls Chukars take game 4 of this series and tie it back up 2-2. It's their 2nd win over the Ogden Raptors this season, and that one was done in convincing fashion. The Ogden Raptors suffer their first shutout of this whole season. They lasted 51 games without one, but the Idaho Falls Chukars are the ones who give it to them. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be time for our post-game show. We'll name our Golden Bat of the game as well as the flamethrower, although if you watched any part of the game, I think you can guess our flamethrower. That'll be all after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Don't be a bench warmer. Call the insurance center so that you can get on the field and have a good time and get your insurance done properly. Go Raptors!
Do you thrive on a challenge? Does crafting complex parts ignite your passion? Peterson Inc. isn't your average manufacturer. We're world-class, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We're looking for skilled welders and machinists to join our team. People who take pride in precision. If you're wanting to contribute to groundbreaking innovations, Peterson Inc. is your place. Visit petersoninc.com and join the team that builds the future.
GCB Computers. Refurbished, reliable, and ready to go. The computer you need at the price you can afford.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke, and I am joined now by Carson Kelly. Carson, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
Great outing for you today. Obviously, not the result that the team wanted, but what can you take away positives-wise from tonight?
One more time, sorry. I just had a dog run right by me.
No, you're totally fine. I just said that the positives, obviously not the result the team wanted, but still, what can you take away from tonight?
Nothing too much. I mean, they just got lucky. It just wasn't our game today. We had a lot of good base hits and everything, and it just didn't go our way tonight.
How do you reset when you have another game so quickly, right? You're playing less than 24 hours. How do you reset mentally?
I mean, every day is a reset day. No matter how good we play, how bad we play, we're just always going to reset and just come out tomorrow, hopefully playing a little bit better than today.
Absolutely. Carson Kelly, one of the relief pitchers tonight. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you all.
Always good to hear from the players. So let's take a look at this game as a whole. And man, did the Idaho Falls Chukars just put together a phenomenal appearance and a game as a whole for their team. It's the first time that the Ogden Raptors have been shut out all season long. A 4-0 victory for the Idaho Falls Chukars. And obviously, our flamethrower of the game has to go to Josh Learson. He goes the full 9 innings, gives up just 7 hits, a shutout, no runs, only 1 walk, and 1 hit batter. 7 strikeouts in 32 batters faced. Obviously, if you remember, the minimum is 27, so he just faced 5 more than the minimum, and 106 total pitches for him tonight. So a great outing for Josh Learson after that 5 1/3 inning outing where he gave up 9 runs against Billing. What a bounce back for him tonight. Our golden bat of the game, no one really popped out to an extreme degree, but it's going to have to go to Ty Dooley. He was 4 for 5 on the night with 2 RBIs. Like I said, no one really electric tonight. 2 RBIs was the most of any player in this ball game. Not a single player with an RBI on the Ogden Raptors lineup tonight. So just not the Ogden Raptors night. They never got their offense going, but that is to the credit of the Idaho Falls Chukars and especially Josh Learson. We're going to be back tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. for the Utah Fry Sauce of Game 5 of this 6-game series. It's knotted up 2-2. Every single game has been decided by 6 runs or less. Our last 3 have been decided by 4 runs or less, so it's been a tight one between these two teams, kind of the revamped Idaho Falls Chukars, if you will. Before we end this broadcast, as always, have to say our thank yous. I was play-by-play tonight, Arden Locke. Our sideline reporter was Eric Kelleher. Our field camera was done by Seth Peterson. Our fan camera was Will Edwards, and our graphics man is Andrew Gaunt. We're led by our technical director, Alan Hill, as well as our executive producer, Tim Broussard. Thanks so much for spending your Friday night with us watching the Salt Lake Trappers. It's the Idaho Falls Chukars who shut out the Trappers. They take this one 4-0. We'll be back tomorrow night for Game 5 of this series at 6:30 p.m. Thanks so much for spending your night with us. Have a great night. Have a great night.